When we talk about global power, most people immediately think of the US, Europe, or China. But what if I told you there are countries across the world where black people are not just surviving, they're running the show? Some openly, others quietly. From political dominance to economic control, these are the 10 countries black people secretly run, and nobody talks about it. Number 1 and 2 on this list will shock you. Number 10 is Haiti. Haiti is often portrayed as poor and unstable in the media. But here's the untold truth that history books rarely emphasize. Haiti was the first independent black republic in the world. In 1804, after one of the most successful slave revolts in history, Haitians defeated Napoleon's French army and permanently ended slavery on their soil. This was more than independence. It was a shockwave that terrified colonial empires across the globe. From that moment, Haiti became a symbol of black freedom and resilience. But it also paid a heavy price. France forced Haiti to pay massive reparations for its own freedom, a debt that crippled the economy for more than a century. On top of that, Western powers isolated Haiti politically and economically, fearing the spread of its revolutionary example. And yet, despite these obstacles, Haiti has always been a black-led nation. Every president, every major movement, every grassroots uprising has been driven by Haitians of African descent. Its culture, from Vodou spirituality to carnival celebrations, reflects a deep and unapologetic black identity. Today, Haiti continues to struggle with poverty, corruption, and outside interference. But one thing remains unchanged. It has never surrendered its sovereignty or its identity as a black republic. Haiti is not just run by black people, it was built, defended, and defined by them from day one. Number 9 is Jamaica. Small island, big influence. That's Jamaica in one sentence. Since gaining independence from Britain in 1962, Jamaica has been under consistent black leadership, with prime ministers, parliaments, and political parties dominated by people of African descent. But the story doesn't end with politics. Jamaica's real power is cultural. Reggae music, born from the struggles of the poor in Kingston, gave rise to global icons like Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, and Burning Spear, voices that carried messages of freedom, resistance, and black pride to every corner of the planet. Rastafarianism, once dismissed as fringe, became a spiritual and cultural movement embraced worldwide. And then there's athletics. From Usain Bolt to Shelley and Fraser-Price, Jamaica produces some of the fastest humans alive, dominating global track and field in a way no other small nation has ever done. Their victories on the Olympic stage turn a population of less than 3 million into a sporting superpower. Beyond sports and music, Jamaica's influence runs deep in the diaspora. In cities like London, Toronto, and New York, Jamaican food, language, and style shape entire communities. Even slang from Irie to Wagwan has crossed borders into mainstream culture. The truth is this: black Jamaicans don't just run their island. They've built a global identity so powerful that for many around the world, Jamaica itself is the face of black excellence and resistance. Number 8 is Trinidad and Tobago. This Caribbean twin island nation is one of the most racially diverse in the world, with significant populations of African, Indian, European, Chinese, and Syrian-Lebanese descent. But here's the fact many people don't realize. Afro-Trinidadians, descendants of enslaved Africans, hold major political power. Since independence in 1962, they have produced multiple prime ministers, presidents, senior ministers, and military leaders who've shaped the nation's direction. Trinidad and Tobago is also one of the wealthiest nations in the Caribbean, thanks to its oil and natural gas reserves. And Afro-Trinidadians have long played key roles in the labor movement, state leadership, and energy industries, ensuring that black citizens are central to the country's political and economic foundation. But it's not just politics and oil. Trinidad is also a cultural giant. The island gave the world the steel pan, the only acoustic instrument invented in the 20th century, born out of the creativity of Afro-Trinidadians. Carnival is one of the biggest street festivals in the world, is rooted in African traditions of resistance and celebration, and today attracts hundreds of thousands of visitors from the US, Europe, and across the Caribbean. And let's not forget music. Calypso, soca, and chutney soca have become global sounds, with Afro-Trinidadian artists like Mighty Sparrow, Marshall Montano, and Kes putting the nation on the world stage. These cultural exports, much like Jamaica's reggae, have turned Trinidad into a powerhouse of black influence worldwide. So while Trinidad and Tobago is a rainbow nation, it's clear that black leadership, creativity, and resilience have defined its identity at home and across the globe. Number 7 is South Africa. After centuries of colonial rule and decades of brutal apartheid, South Africa experienced a historic turning point in 1994. That was the year apartheid collapsed. Nelson Mandela walked free after 27 years in prison, and the country held its first fully democratic elections. For the first time, black South Africans, the majority population, took political control of their own nation. Since then, South Africa has been governed primarily by the African National Congress, or ANC, a party built on the sacrifices of anti-apartheid leaders like Mandela, Oliver Tambo, and Walter Sisulu. Every president since 1994, from Mandela to Cyril Ramaphosa, has been a black South African, and parliament is overwhelmingly dominated by black leadership. On paper, it's a complete reversal of white minority rule. But here's the twist. While political power is firmly in black hands, economic power remains highly contested. Much of the land, corporate ownership, and wealth are still concentrated in the hands of the white minority and foreign companies. Land reform has been slow, unemployment remains high, and inequality is among the worst in the world. This means South Africa is a nation where black people run the government, but the battle for economic freedom is still ongoing. Yet, South Africa's influence cannot be underestimated. It is Africa's most industrialized economy, a member of BRICS, and a cultural powerhouse. From global sports legends like Sia Khaleesi, the first black captain to win a Rugby World Cup, to music genres like Kwaito and Amapiano spreading worldwide, black South Africans have used politics, culture, and resilience to redefine their nation's place on the global stage. So while the struggle for full equality continues, there's no denying that South Africa today is a black-led nation, one whose leadership still inspires freedom movements across the continent. Number 6 is Ghana. Ghana is more than just a country. It's the living symbol of Pan-African power and pride. In 1957, Ghana became the first sub-Saharan African nation to break free from colonial rule under the leadership of Kwame Nkrumah. That single event sent shockwaves across the continent, inspiring dozens of independence movements from Nigeria to South Africa. Since then, Ghana has remained firmly under black leadership, with its presidents, parliaments, and institutions shaped by the vision of self-rule. But here's what makes Ghana unique. It doesn't just lead Africa, it connects the African diaspora. The famous Year of Return in 2019 invited African Americans and the wider diaspora to reconnect with their ancestral homeland, sparking a wave of travel, investment, and even permanent relocation. Beyond politics, Ghana is becoming Africa's rising star in technology and innovation, sometimes called the continent's Silicon Valley, with hubs in Accra attracting startups, fintech, and global investors. At the same time, Ghanaian music, fashion, and cinema, from Afrobeats to highlife, are shaping culture worldwide. In short, Ghana isn't just run by black people. It's a nation that black people across the globe see as a beacon, a bridge between Africa and the diaspora, where history, culture, and future ambitions all come together. Number 5 is Barbados. Barbados made global headlines in November 2021 when it officially cut ties with the British monarchy and declared itself a republic. That historic step wasn't just symbolic. It was a powerful statement of black self-determination after centuries of colonial rule and slavery. Today, Barbados is fully led by black leadership, with Prime Minister Mia Mottley, one of the most respected political figures in the Caribbean, at the helm, backed by a parliament dominated by leaders of African descent. But Barbados' influence stretches far beyond politics. The island has become a cultural powerhouse thanks to figures like Rihanna, now a billionaire and global icon, who embodies the strength of Barbadian identity on the world stage. At home, black Barbadians shape not only government, but also the island's economy, arts, and vibrant tourism industry, which remains one of the strongest in the region. Barbados is also gaining a reputation as a forward-looking nation, pushing for climate justice on the international stage, advocating for reparations for slavery, and calling out global financial systems that keep small nations trapped in debt. This shows that black leadership here isn't just about running an island. It's about influencing the global conversation. In short, Barbados proves that even a small black-run nation can leave a massive footprint on culture, politics, and international policy. Number 4 is Ethiopia. Ethiopia is unlike any other nation in Africa and the world. It holds the distinction of being one of the only African countries never fully colonized, defeating Italy at the historic Battle of Adwa in 1896. That victory made Ethiopia a global symbol of African resistance and pride, inspiring freedom movements across the continent and beyond. Under its black emperors, most famously Haile Selassie, Ethiopia played a central role in shaping Pan-Africanism. Selassie not only stood against colonial powers, but also helped found the Organization of African Unity, the predecessor of today's African Union. To this day, Addis Ababa hosts the AU headquarters, cementing Ethiopia as the political heart of Africa, where continental policies and decisions are debated and made. Modern Ethiopia, though facing internal challenges like ethnic tensions and conflicts, remains fully run by black leadership. Its prime ministers, parliament, and military are led by Ethiopians of African descent, steering one of Africa's most populous and historically significant nations. Ethiopia's influence doesn't stop at politics. It's also a spiritual beacon. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church is one of the world's oldest Christian traditions, while Rastafarians around the globe revere Ethiopia as their spiritual homeland, seeing Haile Selassie as a messianic figure. In short, Ethiopia isn't just a black-run nation, it's a black-defended and black-preserved nation, standing as proof of African resilience, sovereignty, and leadership on the global stage. Number 3 is Democratic Republic of Congo. Often painted by the media as unstable, the Democratic Republic of Congo is in reality a black-run giant sitting on unimaginable wealth. This is a nation the size of Western Europe, home to over 100 million people, and rich in resources that power the modern world. From cobalt and copper to diamonds, coltan, and gold, the DRC holds some of the largest reserves on Earth. In fact, more than 70% of the world's cobalt, the metal that drives electric cars, smartphones, and renewable energy storage, comes from Congo. Simply put, whoever controls Congo controls the future of global technology. Since gaining independence from Belgium in 1960, the DRC has remained under black leadership from Patrice Lumumba, the nation's first prime minister, to the succession of Congolese presidents who followed. Despite decades of political instability, foreign interference, and conflicts fueled by the very minerals that make Congo valuable, the country has never been ruled by outsiders since independence. Its destiny remains in the hands of black Congolese leaders. Today, President Felix Tshisekedi leads a government tasked with navigating the country's enormous potential and enormous challenges, balancing resource wealth with the need for stability and development. Congo is also a key player in Africa's future. With its size, population, and strategic resources, it has the power to shape global supply chains, African industrialization, and even the green energy transition. In short, the DRC isn't just another African state. It's a black-run powerhouse at the center of the world's technological future. And while outsiders fight to exploit it, Congo's leadership and people continue to define their own path forward. Number 2 is Nigeria. Nigeria is Africa's most populous country and one of the most powerful economies on the continent. But here's the secret most outsiders don't realize. Nigerians dominate not just in politics at home, but globally in tech, finance, entertainment, and academia. Lagos alone is Africa's economic hub, and its political elite hold immense influence across West Africa. Nigeria doesn't just run itself, it runs entire regional markets. With over 220 million people, it's not just Africa's most populous country, it's the heartbeat of black culture worldwide. Politically, Nigeria has been run by black leadership since independence. Economically, it dominates West Africa as an oil giant and financial hub. But here's the hidden power most people don't talk about. Nigeria runs global black culture. Afrobeats is topping the charts. Nollywood is one of the largest film industries on earth. And then there's Dedi December, when Nigerians abroad, African Americans, and even white Americans and Europeans flood into Lagos and Abuja for massive festivals, concerts, and celebrations. For years, black people have been leaving the US and the UK to experience Nigeria's booming nightlife, fashion, and cultural pride. Nigeria isn't just run by black people, it's pulling the rest of the world in. That's why, when it comes to hidden influence, Nigeria secretly runs far more than you think. And finally, number 1 is United States. This might be the most shocking one of all. While America has never been governed by a majority black political leadership, the truth is that black people run the heartbeat of a nation, and by extension much of the world. From culture to politics to the economy, African Americans hold the keys to global influence. Politically, the U.S. elected its first black president, Barack Obama, whose leadership became a symbol of progress not only for America, but for millions worldwide. Kamala Harris, the first black woman and woman of color vice president. But the real dominance is in soft power. Black America sets the global standard for music, sports, fashion, and entertainment. Hip-hop, born in the Bronx, is now the most popular music genre on the planet, influencing everything from language to advertising. The NBA and NFL, largely powered by black athletes, generate billions in revenue and are central to America's global image. And icons like Beyoncé, Jay-Z, Oprah Winfrey, Rihanna, through her U.S. empire. LeBron James and Tyler Perry have built billion-dollar cultural dynasties that shape how the world sees success, creativity, and freedom. Even in business and tech, black innovators and entrepreneurs are making inroads, from Silicon Valley startups to billion-dollar media empires. Meanwhile, movements like Black Lives Matter have proven that black leadership doesn't just exist in politics or entertainment. It can shake the foundations of global conversations about race, justice, and democracy. So while the U.S. government is not majority black, America is in many ways already run by black influence. Culture, sports, and music are America's greatest exports, and every single one of those is powered by African Americans. The truth is undeniable. Black America doesn't just shape the United States. It shapes the entire world. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these countries surprised you the most? And are there others you think should be on this list? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's start a conversation. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, share, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive.